My name is Patricia Morgan. I'm 58, a high school English teacher in Charleston, South Carolina. And on a Tuesday in April, I found out my daughter was getting married. From a Facebook post. Not from her. Not from a phone call or a letter or even a text message. From a cheerful announcement on social media with a date, a venue, and a comment section full of congratulations. I wasn't tagged. I wasn't mentioned. I wasn't invited. But that's not the part that broke me. Let me tell you what happened when I decided to show up anyway. Emily is my only child. My miracle baby, born after 3 miscarriages and 2 years of fertility treatments. I was 32 when she arrived. Screaming, perfect mine. Her father left when she was 6 months old, said he wasn't ready for the responsibility, sent a few checks that first year, then nothing, so it was just us. Me and Emily against the world. I worked 2 jobs to keep us afloat. Taught English during the day, waitressed at night. Emily did her homework at the restaurant, charming the customers, coloring while I served tables. We were close, or I thought we were. She went to Clemson on a partial scholarship. I covered the rest with loans I'm still paying off. Graduated with honors, got a good job in marketing in Atlanta. Started dating Blake 3 years ago. Nice enough guy. Finance. Came from money. The kind of family that summered in the Hamptons and said summered unironically. I met him twice. Both times brief. Both times I felt like I was being evaluated and found wanting. Emily's calls became less frequent. Once a week became twice a month, became monthly. Then sporadic. Just busy, Mom, she'd say. Work is crazy, I believed her. Why wouldn't I? April 8th, a Tuesday. I was grading essays during my lunch break. Phone beside me on my desk. It buzzed. A notification. Facebook, I almost didn't look. But I was procrastinating on a particularly terrible analysis of The Great Gatsby, so I picked it up. The post was from Emily's best friend, Sophia. So excited to celebrate Blake and Emily in June. Can't believe my girl is getting married. Below it, a photo. Emily and Blake. Her hand extended, showing off a ring. Both of them laughing. I read it 3 times. Getting married. In June, I scrolled to Emily's page. Another post from 2 days ago. Engaged to my best friend. June 14th can't come soon enough. 73 comments. Friends, cousins, people I'd never heard of. All congratulating her. Not one mention of me, I called her. Straight to voicemail, texted. M. Saw the post. Congratulations. When were you planning to tell me? 3 hours later. Thanks, Mom. Things have been hectic. We'll call soon. She didn't call. I waited 4 days. Gave her space. Told myself she was busy, overwhelmed, planning. On Saturday, I called again. She answered this time. Background noise, music, voices, laughter. Mom, hey, can't really talk right now. At a venue tour? Emily, you're getting married. Yeah, I know. It's crazy. You didn't tell me. A pause. The background noise muted slightly. She'd stepped away. I was going to. There just hasn't been a good time. When's the wedding? June 14th, 6 weeks away. Where? The Whitmore Estate. In Roswell. It's this beautiful... I'd like to help. With planning. With costs. Whatever you need. Another pause. Longer. Mom, that's really sweet. But Blake's parents are covering everything. They've been amazing. His mom has been helping with all the details. His mom. I see. Well, I'd still like to be involved. I'm your mother. I know, Mom. And you will be. I'll send you the details soon. I really have to go. Blake's waiting. She hung up before I could respond. I sat in my living room as the afternoon light faded. Sat until it was dark. Sat until the cold settled into my bones. My daughter was getting married, and I was an afterthought. 2 weeks passed. No call, no details, no invitation, I texted. M. Still waiting on wedding info. Need to request time off work. Will send soon. Things are hectic. Another week. Nothing. I checked her social media daily. Photos of dress shopping with Blake's mother. Photos of cake tastings with bridesmaids I didn't recognize. Photos of everything that should have included me, but didn't. My sister Carol called. Patricia, did you see Emily's registry? What registry? On her website. She has a whole wedding website. The link is on her Facebook. I found it. A professionally designed site with their engagement photos, their love story, details about the wedding party, the registry. Williams-Sonoma, Pottery Barn, Crate and Barrel. High-end everything. At the bottom, venue details. The Whitmore Estate, June 14th, 5 p.m. ceremony, reception to follow, no invitation. Just information publicly available to everyone. Everyone except, apparently, me, her mother. I called her that night. Emily, I need to ask you something directly. Am I invited to your wedding? Silence. Mom, of course you are. Then why haven't I received an invitation? They're going out next week. It's 5 weeks until the wedding. I know. The calligrapher was behind. Mom, why are you being like this? Like what? Difficult. Making this about you. The words hit like a slap. I'm not trying to make it about me. I just want to be included in my only daughter's wedding. You are included. You're invited. What more do you want? What did I want? To help pick the dress? To be asked my opinion? To feel like I mattered in this monumental moment of her life? Nothing. I said quietly. I'll wait for the invitation. Mom. Good night, Emily. I hung up. 3 weeks before the wedding, my phone rang at 11 p.m. Unknown number. Hello? Mrs. Morgan? This is Sophia, Emily's friend. Oh, yes. Hello. I'm so sorry to call so late. I thought you should know something. My stomach dropped. Is Emily okay? She's fine, physically, but there's something going on, and I don't think it's right, and I need to tell someone. What is it? Are you sitting down? I wasn't. I sat. Emily's telling people you're not coming to the wedding. She's saying you're too ill to travel, that you're dealing with a serious health issue and can't make the trip. The room tilted. I'm perfectly healthy. I know. I saw your Facebook. You posted about a 5K last month, but that's what she's telling everyone. Blake's family, the guests, everyone. She sent out a mass email today about it. Said she's heartbroken, but you've asked for privacy regarding your condition. Why would she do this? I think, Sophia hesitated. I think Blake's mother doesn't want you there. I overheard them talking at the bridal shower last week. Blake's mom was saying something about managing the optics and how it would be better if you weren't in the family photos. Because you're different from them. Different. I knew what that meant. Single mother. Teacher's salary. No country club membership. Not their kind of people. So Emily just agreed to this? She didn't fight it. Mrs. Morgan, I'm so sorry. Emily's changed since she got with Blake. I don't even recognize her anymore. But this is wrong. You should be at your daughter's wedding. Thank you for telling me, Sophia. What are you going to do? Good question. I don't know yet. I didn't sleep that night. Lay in bed watching the ceiling fan spin. Processing. My daughter had erased me. Told people I was ill. Made me disappear to please her future in-laws. I could confront her. Demand answers. Make a scene, or I sat up at 3 a.m. with a different idea. If Emily was telling everyone I was too ill to attend, what would happen if I showed up completely healthy? The thought took root. By morning, I'd made my decision. I didn't call Emily, didn't text. Let her think I'd accepted the lie. Instead, I went shopping. Found a dress at Nordstrom. Elegant, understated, the kind of dress that belongs at a formal wedding. Spent more than I should have. Didn't care. Got my hair cut and colored. Booked a facial. A manicure. My sister Carol came over the night before the wedding. Are you sure about this? She asked, watching me pack. No, but I'm doing it anyway. What if she throws you out? Then at least I'll know I tried. At least I'll know I showed up for my daughter even when she didn't show up for me. You're braver than I am. I'm not brave. I'm heartbroken. There's a difference. I drove to Roswell that night. Checked into a Holiday Inn 3 miles from the venue. Slept poorly. Woke at 7 a.m. to a beautiful June morning. Spent 3 hours getting ready. The dress fit perfectly. My hair looked better than it had in years. In the mirror, I looked like someone's mother. Someone's proud mother on her daughter's wedding day. I looked like I belonged there, even if my daughter didn't think so. The Whitmore estate was stunning. White columns, manicured gardens, the kind of venue that costs more than my annual salary. I arrived at 4:30 p.m., early enough to blend in with arriving guests. Late enough that setup was complete. The parking lot was filling up. Luxury cars, most of them. I parked my 10-year-old Honda Civic between a Mercedes and a BMW. Felt suddenly small. But I'd come this far. I walked toward the entrance. A young woman with a clipboard stood at the door. Name? Patricia Morgan. She scanned her list, frowned. I don't see you here. Mother of the bride. Her face changed. Oh, Mrs. Morgan. We were told you couldn't make it. That you were ill. I'm feeling much better. She looked panicked. Let me get the wedding coordinator. That's not necessary. I'll just take my seat. But Mrs. Morgan, there's no seat assignment for you. The seating chart, I'll stand if I have to. I walked past her. The ceremony space was breathtaking. White chairs arranged in perfect rows. Flowers everywhere, roses, peonies, hydrangeas. A string quartet warming up. And at the front near the altar, a reserved section. Family seating, Blake's family, I assumed. His parents, his siblings, his grandparents. No seat for me. I found an empty chair in the third row on the bride's side. Sat down. People started noticing, whispering. A woman leaned to her husband. Isn't that the mother? I thought she was sick. More whispers. More stares. The wedding coordinator appeared, looking frantic. Mrs. Morgan, can you please come with me? I'm fine here. There's been a misunderstanding. We can get you situated. I said I'm fine. She left. Returned with an older woman in an expensive suit. Blake's mother, I realized. Mrs. Morgan. Her voice was ice-wrapped in velvet. What a surprise! We were told you were too unwell to travel. I recovered. How fortunate. Though perhaps you should have called ahead. Given Emily time to adjust the arrangements. I'm her mother. I shouldn't need an invitation to my daughter's wedding. Nevertheless, your presence is unexpected. And there are photographers, seating arrangements. I'll stay out of the photos if that's what concerns you. Her eyes narrowed. That's not Mrs. Hartwell. A man appeared. Blake's father. Let's not make a scene. It's almost time. She left, but not before giving me a look that could freeze water. I sat. Waited. Let the whispers wash over me. The music changed. Canon in D, everyone stood. The wedding party entered. Bridesmaids in dusty blue. Groomsmen in navy suits. Then, Emily. My daughter. She looked beautiful, radiant. Her dress was perfect. Lace and silk, elegant and simple. Everything she'd always said she wanted. She walked down the aisle on her own. No father to give her away. No mother to send her off with a blessing. Just her, alone. Her eyes swept the crowd, smiling, happy. Then she saw me. The smile froze. Her steps faltered. For 3 seconds she stopped walking. Just stood there, halfway down the aisle, staring at me. I didn't move, didn't wave, just looked at her with all the love and hurt and hope I had. Blake's mother hissed something from the front row. Emily started walking again. But the joy was gone from her face, replaced by something harder, anger, panic. She reached the altar. Blake took her hands. The officiant began speaking. I don't remember the words, don't remember the vows or the readings or any of it. I just watched my daughter get married while she avoided looking in my direction. After the ceremony, during cocktail hour, Emily found me. Mom, what are you doing here? Attending my daughter's wedding. I didn't think you were coming. Why? Because you told everyone I was too sick? Because that was easier than admitting you didn't want me here? People were starting to notice. Starting to listen. Mom, please. Not here. Where then, Emily? When should we have this conversation? You've been avoiding me for months. I haven't been avoiding you. You lied to your guests. Told them I was ill. Made up an entire story so you wouldn't have to explain why your mother wasn't at your wedding. It wasn't like that. Then what was it like? Blake appeared. Touched Emily's elbow. Everything okay here? Your wife told people I was dying so she wouldn't have to invite me to your wedding, I said calmly. His face reddened. Mrs. Morgan, maybe we should discuss this privately. Why? So you can manage the optics? Isn't that what your mother said? That having me here would ruin the optics? Emily's face went white. You don't know what you're talking about, Sophia told me. She called me 3 weeks ago. Told me everything. About your mother-in-law wanting me gone. About you agreeing to it. About the lie. Sophia had no right. Sophia has integrity. Something you seem to have lost. Emily's eyes filled with tears, but they weren't sad tears. They were angry. You're embarrassing me. I'm embarrassing you? I'm your mother. I raised you alone. Worked 2 jobs. Paid for your college. And you can't even give me a seat at your wedding? Maybe there's a reason for that. The words hung in the air between us. What reason? You don't fit here, Mom. Look around. Look at Blake's family, his friends. You're not, she stopped. I'm not what? Nothing. Forget it. Say it, Emily. I'm not what? You're not what they expected, okay? Blake's parents have certain standards, and I wanted this day to be perfect. I didn't want you here making it about you with your hurt feelings and your questions and my love. She flinched. You didn't want me here loving you? Supporting you? Being proud of you? I wanted a wedding that Blake's family would respect. And that meant making some choices. You chose them over me. I chose my future. The words were a knife. Then I hope your future is everything you wanted, I said quietly. I turned to leave. Mom, wait. Congratulations on your wedding. Emily, I hope you're very happy. I walked out of the reception hall, through the gardens, past the luxury cars. Got in my Honda Civic and drove away. Didn't cry until I was on the highway. Then I pulled over and sobbed until I couldn't breathe. My phone started buzzing around. 9 p.m. Emily. Mom, please call me. I'm sorry. I didn't mean what I said. Can we talk? I didn't respond. Blake's mother apparently cornered Emily after I left. Told her she'd handled it poorly. That now guests were talking. That the whole thing was a disaster. Not because Emily had hurt me, but because it looked bad. Emily called 11 times that night. I didn't answer. She texted, I know you're angry. You have every right to be. But please don't do this. You're my mom. I need you. Need, not love. Not want, need. I turned off my phone. I took a week off work. Told the principal I had a family emergency. Technically true. My sister came to stay with me. Made me eat. Made me shower. Sat with me while I cried. She'll come around, Carol said. Maybe. But that doesn't fix what she did. People make mistakes. This wasn't a mistake. This was a choice. She chose to erase me, to pretend I didn't exist because I embarrassed her. She's young, influenced by that family. She's 29 years old. She's not a child. She made a conscious decision to hurt me, to impress people who judge worth by bank account balance. Carol didn't argue, just held my hand. Emily called every day, left voicemails. Mom, please. I'm so sorry. I was wrong. I was awful. Please just talk to me. I listened to each one, then deleted them. On day 7, she showed up at my house. I opened the door to find her on my porch, eyes red, makeup smudged. Mom. Emily. Can I come in? I should have said no, should have protected myself, but she was my daughter, my baby. I let her in. We sat in my living room, the same room where she'd done homework while I graded papers, where we'd watched movies and eaten popcorn and been a team. I'm so sorry, she started, for all of it. The invitation, the lie, what I said at the wedding. You didn't deserve any of that. No, I didn't. Blake's family, they had these expectations, and I got caught up in it, in wanting to fit into their world, and I convinced myself that having you there would complicate things. Because I'm not rich. Because you're different from them, and I was ashamed of that, of you, and I hate myself for it. You should. She flinched. Emily, I've never asked you for anything. Never demanded you pay back college loans or thank me for every sacrifice. I just wanted to be part of your life. Your wedding, your future, and you told me I wasn't good enough. I know. Do you? Do you know what it felt like to find out about your engagement on Facebook? To be lied about to your guests? To show up at your wedding and see no seat for me? I can't imagine. No, you can't. Because you've never been erased by someone you love. Tears streamed down her face. How do I fix this? I don't know if you can. Mom, please. I'll do anything. I'll talk to Blake's family. I'll tell everyone the truth. Emily, the problem isn't what you'll do now. It's what you already did. You chose their approval over my presence, and that choice showed me exactly where I stand in your priorities. That's not fair. Fair? You want to talk about fair? My voice rose for the first time. I gave you everything. Everything. And you couldn't give me 3 hours at your wedding. You couldn't give me basic respect. So don't talk to me about fair. She stood. I should go. Yes, will you? Can I call you? I don't know, Emily. I need time. How much time? I don't know that either. She left. I watched her walk to her car, a new Lexus, probably a wedding gift from Blake's parents. Wondered if she'd choose me over that car. Knew the answer. Emily tried. I'll give her that. She called weekly. Sent cards. Flowers. A long letter explaining everything. The pressure from Blake's family. Her own insecurities. Her desperate desire to be accepted by people she thought mattered. I read the letter 3 times. It was heartfelt. Honest. But it didn't change what had happened. I responded with a short note. Thank you for your honesty. I'm glad you're reflecting on your choices, but I need more time before we can rebuild this relationship. If we can rebuild it, she called after getting the note. What do you mean, if? I mean, I don't know yet. I don't know if I can trust you again. I don't know if I want to be in your life if being in your life means being someone you're ashamed of. I'm not ashamed. You were. At your wedding, at the most important day of your life, you were ashamed of me. I was wrong. Yes, you were. It's been 8 months now. Emily and I talk occasionally. Short calls, surface-level conversations. How's work? How's the weather? How's married life? She wants more. Wants to visit. Wants me to meet Blake's family properly. Wants to move forward. I'm not ready. Maybe I never will be. People tell me I should forgive. She's my daughter. She made a mistake. Family is forever. But here's what I learned. Family isn't forever if it's conditional. If love depends on wealth or status or fitting into someone else's expectations, Emily loved me when I was useful, when I was paying for college and babysitting and being conveniently invisible. But when loving me publicly might embarrass her, she chose erasure. That's not family. That's convenience. The peace I'm building. I've started therapy, processing decades of single parenthood, of giving everything, of equating my worth with how much I could sacrifice. My therapist asked me, what would you tell your daughter if she came to you with this story? If she told you her daughter had erased her from a wedding, I'd tell her she deserved better, that her love should never require her own erasure. And do you deserve better? I cried for an hour, because yes, I deserve better. I deserve a daughter who's proud of me, who introduces me without apology, who makes space for me in her life without conditions. And if Emily can't be that daughter, then I need to be okay with that, even if it breaks my heart. To anyone reading this, if your children are ashamed of where you came from, of what you had to do to raise them, of who you are, that's not your failure. It's theirs. You don't owe them erasure. You don't owe them silence. You don't owe them the comfort of your absence. And if they choose wealth over you, status over you, optics over you, let them. Let them live in their perfect world with their perfect families and their perfect lies. You build your own peace, your own life, your own worth, because you were never too little. You were just loving people who wanted too much. If this story resonated with you, if you've ever been erased by people you loved, if you've ever been told you weren't good enough, share it. Comment below with your own story. And don't forget to like and subscribe, because these conversations matter. Sometimes the bravest thing you can do is show up where you're not wanted and remind people you exist. And sometimes the wisest thing you can do is accept that existing isn't the same as belonging.